evidence on a political enemy, a president who orders the National Guard to murder his most prominent critics, or a president who sells nuclear secrets to a foreign adversary, a president wholly immune from criminal prosecution for any conduct undertaken while in office, particularly one in a second term who would not face voters in another presidential election, could commit crimes with impunity that benefit himself, endanger the republic, or both. It feels like, and I know that filings are always just what they are, filings, but it feels like as a public, we could also take a pretty specific warning from these words.
Yeah, and that seems like it has some heat to it, right? That's someone who actually feels pretty passionate about what they're saying. This isn't just sort of making an argument for the sort of the sake of it. They are really warning what this could mean and bringing out these specific examples of things that could happen and a president could get away with that, aren't so far from reality based on what we saw on January 6th. And, when you had the situation where a lot of this anger was really revved up by Donald Trump, and we saw the consequences of what happened that day. So it really, I think really does definitely make it seem like the prosecutors who are arguing this really are passionate and behind this sort of argument. You can't put rolling eye emojis in court filings, but when they are making these arguments against what Donald Trump is arguing here, it does seem like some of this is just sort of like, really, that's what you're arguing? It's a little bit of tone there. Right.
Well, and it's a legal architecture pulling the thread on what Trump's actually saying, right? Like the eye roll is like, if you accept, and it obviously this is Judge Chutkan will be the arbiter of this, but what the prosecutors are saying is that if you accept Trump's argument that he has absolute immunity, you are saying that a president has absolute impunity. How do you think Chutkan will rule, Barb?
I think people have thought all along that this is probably a frivolous filing, a likely unsuccessful filing. I would imagine that she will read these briefs, give it the hearing it is due, and make a decision. I fully expect her to reject this argument. It may even be that the reason that the Trump lawyers are doing this is because they know full well they will lose, but it perhaps buys a little more time, because I do think this is the kind of issue for which an interlocutory appeal is permissible. So they will get a shot to take this up to the circuit court. They may decide it in short order, but again, any delay is in Trump's best interest for him.
So you're saying he'll lose, but the time it takes to litigate all this may aid him?
Yes, exactly. There is a trial date that's set in this case, but if there are interlocutory appellate issues, that could cause a delay in that trial. So that may be the strategy here, is just file any motion you can think of in hopes of delaying that trial date.
The non-legal description, spaghetti on the